Alrighty, it's time to roll. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the, what is this, the ACC? Oh, baby, we got the share screen up. Battle of the defenses today is the #1 overall ranked team, the West Virginia Mountaineers, take on the Army Black Knights, the #9th ranked team. Army are very ball dominant. They like to take time with their offensive possessions. West Virginia likes to push the tempo. They like to score a lot of points. West Virginia with that 10th ranked overall offense, but a bottom 20 ranked defense, while Army has the 70th ranked offense, but a top 10 ranked defense. So we got a defensive versus an offensive matchup today. Very interesting as we see a multitude of different play styles here. Be very interesting to see who takes this dub out here. I believe West Virginia won the regular season meeting by 14 points. Army will surely be looking for some redemption here today. Point spread set at 9.5 in favor of West Virginia.
The Army Black Knights taking on the #1 team in the land, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football,
I myself think this will be a one-score game. If Army can run the football effectively and eat the clock like they will probably be attempting to do. Be interesting to see if they come with a different game plan, as they didn't work in the first matchup of the season, though. Both teams should. Now, there is a shot that Army could fall outside the playoff with a loss here, but I don't think they will. I think it's just going to affect seeding. First overall seed on the line here. It could get crazy if West Virginia drops this one.
That one bounces through the end zone, so it'll start at the 25.
Opening kick. Army receives the football. Let's see what we're going to come out looking like here. First play from scrimmage.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down.
West Virginia's going to come out passing. Whoops, hits the little route right there. Oh, baby. Big game right out of the gate. This high-powered passing offense. Not a lot of rushes thrown in by West Virginia. This is one of the better passing offenses in the country. Very volatile and dangerous this season. See if Army can slow that down at all today. Force West Virginia to beat them on the ground.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap.
All kinds of audibles going on from West Virginia. Had a man open, but he's hit as he throws. Army's bringing the pressure early, and this time it gets home just in the nick of time. Might have been a touchdown if that pass was gotten off, but man, he just came right through the gap right there. Made the hit just in the nick of time, preventing the big play. Going to be a cat and mouse game between these offenses and defenses today. Oh, there's the unpredictable run play. This is what makes this team so dangerous. About 75 to 25% when it comes to passing and running the football. When West Virginia catches you and they get you with these runs, though, the run plays, they got the big chunk run yardage every time. Got to play heavy pass coverage against them. It just makes it so hard to defend the run.
Off the play fake, looking to throw.
There's that play action fake. Massive game right there. This might. Fumbles it, but it goes out of bounds. What up, Brent?
There we go. Hey, I'm here. Sorry.
No, you're good, bro.
Had some crap to do.
This is an interesting matchup. Top 10 defense versus top 10 offense.
Heck yeah, two guys who beat me, and I'm going to be selfish and say I'm picking West Virginia to win this game because that's my best shot.
I think the spread's at 9.5.
Super thrilled to be in the booth with you, Chase, and gladly take over to play-by-play for your analysis. And there goes the halfback for West Virginia. He's going to get a first down, bring it to the 2-yard line. Elijah McCray, 1,300 yards, almost 1,400 yards on the season so far with 29 touchdowns. One of the nation's leaders in our GTR CFP Dynasty.
It's crazy the numbers that he's put up too, considering how heavily this team leans towards the passing. I mean, he's just chunk play after chunk play for this guy when he has the ball in his hands.
This is the most well-balanced West Virginia and Coach Drunk have ever been. This is definitely their best team they've paraded out there.
When you look at
running into the
stat line, man, it's like having Christian McCaffrey back there. 99 speed, 99 acceleration, 99 change of direction. It's a cheat code. This guy, what a recruit. What a player he's turned out to be.
Yeah, Drunk has put in the work. He has been in those living rooms. He has gotten in favor with those mothers, and he's got those guys here in Big Ten country.
As Big Slime Sauce would say, he's in them living rooms.
That's right. So that's your first score of this ACC championship. Even though I said Big Ten country there, ACC. Army's going to take off. That's Martin going to take a QB keeper up the middle, and lots of free roaming. Big gain, though, brings it across midfield to the 43. They're going to go no huddle, a staple of the Army offense here. Keep the defense on their heels.
Oh, we're going QB run again, right to the opposite side.
There's another one.
Oh, what a cutback.
Almost identical gains here. Two big chunks.
Great timeout call right there.
Yeah, it's like one of them NBA timeouts, right? Army is, you never quite know what they're going to show up with. They can do a little bit of everything. They're better at running the ball than throwing it. There's a direct snap to Johnson, the halfback, but he'll only get a yard on that carry. Tommy Maben, quite the athlete here for the Military Academy.
This looks like your traditional Army offense with some trickery thrown in there. I like the direct snap call out there.
Well, Captain Dead Dad is true to their tradition. Little throw out to the outside, Patton. Good name for the tight end. He'll get a first down, be first and goal here from the 5. I've always been partial to the Army fight song as well. Maven out, screen, RPO, touchdown, Martin, or Patton.
Patton's one of the go-to guys, the tight end.
So Army gangsters right back and pretty quickly.
That is, I wondered if the Army offense would come out here playing a little bit more aggressive than what they did in the regular season matchup, but it looks like they are. Looks like they are not going ball control conservative today. They are here to win this football game. They are here with aggression.
There was a rumor, if I remember, that the ACC championship was going to get moved to Washington, D.C., but here we are, still in Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium.
Charlotte doing everything they can to keep this title game. Good for
Lovelace bringing a man in motion across this. He's going to throw across to the right. He'll have a bit of a gain for maybe a first down, it looks like.
Very good patience right there by Lovelace. Waiting on the play to develop, waiting on the man to come open. Never panics.
It's good coaching. Well prepared. Back into the shotgun, single back to his left.
So hard to guard this.
7 yards that time to D. Edmonds.
You can't really guard this team based off how they line up because they make so many changes and audibles and adjustments every single play. You just can't go by the formation.
Yeah, and you know, another thing I noticed just on as I got into the booth is West Virginia, they're not doing no huddles, but they have quick snaps. They are not letting that defense get completely set up, and that's probably to their advantage as well.
It is. They make their adjustments, but they don't give the defense time to make adjustments. They are rapid fire.
Short gain is going to bring up 3rd and 1.
First third down of the day for either team.
Third down coming up after that.
Can Army get a stop here?
ACC championship defense need not apply.
And the back gets the football.
There's a first down. McCray again. Big gain over the middle. He's at the 10, the 5, and it's a touchdown, Mountaineers.
Oh, if this kid ain't the #1 overall pick, I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what we're talking about here.
He's going to one crappy team in the NFL, I can tell you that.
The extra point makes the lead 14-7.
The curse of being the best in college is to be the worst in the pros.
This man is Christian McCaffrey Jr. Can Army answer
He is
again?
a clone
Can West
for
Virginia
sure.
make the right adjustments defensively?
You know, he's a little bit bigger than McCaffrey, though. He has a little bit more size, solidness, if you will. That strength with the speed is just double whammy.
It's dangerous. It's like Derrick Henry with all that extra speed.
Maben sent 4 guys deep, but takes the man underneath. He'll get a 4-yard gain, but no huddle again for the West Point Black Knights.
And we're going to be looking at here. Oh, what a play.
Handoff to the middle.
This RPO offense is just so deadly.
This looks like one of them skeleton, practices when you just have the offense going out there running their plays. No defense on the other side. Another direct snap for Johnson. Take one.
Again, works.
One move in, and he'll get 5 yards.
This is a very interesting game here.
Maben looking for the option. He'll pitch it late.
Lost
Almost
yards
a
off
fumble,
that.
but yeah, losing yards on that play. First loss I've seen.
Very good coverage there by the Mountaineers defense. Those guys just swarming the ball.
Took them almost a whole quarter to show up. Maben again with the keeper. This time Mountaineers are ready. 4th down territory.
The Black Knights go for it. I think you got to be aggressive in this game. The defense has just been non-existent for 2 straight drives. I think you got to keep your offense going here.
4th and 5, the first 4th down attempt of this broadcaster's view. As Maben looks to an empty backfield, he'll take a step, stay in the pocket, drop deep, got a man to the Rays, got completion to Cantrell, 1st down.
That all starts with the offensive line right there. Mountaineers decided not to bring any pressure, and the line held up, and it was just took a long time for that play to develop, but it was there at the end when they needed to be. Beautiful pass protection there.
End of the first quarter, and your number 1 nationally ranked West Virginia Mountaineers are up 14-7 on their ACC counterparts here for the ACC championship. Army threatening, though, now in West Virginia territory.
Ooh,
Jet sweep over to the left. Bush. Is that Kyle?
5 yards.
C. Bush. Maybe it's Kurt with a C. Man, quick decisions, and no, not a no huddle, but I mean they weren't in that hole for very long. There's the RPO out to the right, chasing him down. There goes Patton again.
Both these teams have some serious speed. That is a fast tight end outrunning the DB like that. That is just dangerous.
Brought down inside the 20, so now Army in the red zone here. Another empty backfield, but we know we've seen a few more runs out of that. And here's another one, Maben up the middle, but he's met by the linebacker, but he'll get a 7-yard gain here to reach the 10.
Just chunk play after chunk play for both teams here.
We've only seen that one defensive play that forced a 4th down for West Virginia.
That's true, they almost made the stand.
Here's the fake handoff. Maben's going to take it to the left, to the weak side, almost to the goal line. He'll bring up 1st down and goal. Bring it to the 1. Tommy Maben, 74 yards on his 5 attempts, 32 for his longest rush.
4 opportunities from the goal line right here on the 1. Can West Virginia get this stop? That's a good start right there, pushing them back a yard.
Yes, it was. And I stand corrected. We're in Jacksonville, not Bank of America in Charlotte. I must have misread the logo.
I just noticed that myself. Second play.
Johnson scores.
Just walk in.
And the point after touchdown away from tying it up.
This might be one of those games where whoever gets the first stop of the game will win the game.
So
when does that play start running thin?
So the SEC Championship's in Georgia. The ACC Championship is in Jacksonville. The Big Ten was just played where? In Indianapolis? So the Northeast is just left out of the loop completely.
Who was our other major comp? The Big 12. Where was that played at? Texas, I would assume. Somewhere in Texas.
Yeah,
Dallas. Maybe.
The West Virginia offense is back out on the field.
All right, West Virginia looking to go up again. 3:42 remaining in the first half. 1st and 10 from their own 25 as Lovelace looks to throw. He's got enough time. Looks to the left. Army's got it. Battle. He's at the 15, and he's brought down at the 13. Big turnover for the Black Knights. Jaboo Battle.
Oh, that's massive. That is massive for the Black Knight defense.
Handoff Johnson. Small gain. No gain. There you see McCray, third in the nation in rushing.
It's the most interesting stat that I found on either of these teams is that Army they're going to walk in touchdown right here and take the lead.
Johnson scores again.
The defense, they're top 10 in every statistical category except for one. They are dead last in sacks. They only got 6 sacks all season.
Which one?
Army.
Uh-huh.
3
of them came against USF. Well, that just flips the game right on its head. West Virginia had the advantage, scoring, didn't give up the tie, but now with Army up 7, West Virginia's got to work on getting the tie, and they're going to have to cause a turnover on downs.
I was about to say that there's some pressure added with this because West Virginia received the football. So Army gets it back at half. If Army gets another stop here, they're going to put some serious pressure on this West Virginia team.
Yeah, and it's going to screw the Bulls from making the playoffs potentially. So let's go, West Virginia. Get a grip. Pull it together. 2nd and 7. 28-yard line. McCray out to the left. Gets chased down. He loses a yard.
This Army defense is starting to get it going.
Larry Wolfert, the man of that Army defense, the senior out of Maryland. That is a man right there.
Yeah, he is. He looks like a lumberjack. Look at him. Can't even get a jersey to fit that guy. This Army defense, they're big and very strong.
West Virginia now has their empty backfield. And a new quarterback, Prosch, enters the game for the deep throw. He's going to take off to the right. Might have some time. He's got to get rid of it. He does! And the ball will hit the turf. Incomplete. 4th and 8. Do you go for it?
Oh,
real life, we definitely wouldn't, but here.
Game right here. This is maybe the biggest play of West Virginia's entire season. Oh, we're punting.
They got a punt. Walters back, receives it, kicks to the left. Army there to receive it, and he'll fair catch it. A good punt. They're going to take over at the 28. It's practically a 3 yards from the touchback spot, so you got to play some defense, get that ball back.
Can this team get the defense going? They have not had a good first half defensively.
Hand off to Johnson, meets some guys at the line of scrimmage, muscles for 3 yards. 2nd and 7 now coming up. Only 26 yards on his 7 attempts, but does have the 2 touchdowns. One of them receiving. Even back for the RPO to the left, but met at the line of scrimmage and will be brought down. Seth Duck on the tackle. 3rd and 7 here for Army. 2-minute warning now in the first half. 21-14.
West Virginia has done everything they've needed to do right here.
It's
off right here in the 3rd and long.
It's Everbank Stadium, and I assumed it was Bank of America. Maben now 2 backs in the backfield with him in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers set. Maben now looks to throw. Flag on the play, but it's complete for now. Gets a first down. Looks like it'll be coming back, however. Penalty against West Virginia. Illegal contact.
Wow.
Surely they will decline that.
And West Virginia's got to be stewing right now. I would be very upset.
4 receivers this time, and it's a direct snap to Johnson. He breaks 1 man, and he'll get 5 on that carry.
Man, this Army offense is just firing off all cylinders in this game. There's the QB draw right at the middle again. 3rd and inches.
Again, no huddle. And a QB keeper, and another no huddle, another QB keeper. West Virginia can barely catch their breath to give up first down. Cross midfield goes the Black Knights. Talk about cheat codes.
So hard to stop that no huddle.
Maben pitches out to Johnson on the option, and he gets brought down for a 3-yard gain. Feels like he might have been able to get more on that. You got to be ready for the QB keeper. It can happen at any time, even 2 plays in a row like we've seen. But there's the RPO to the left.
Another first down. The Army is just bleeding this thing. The West Virginia defense just getting torched. Just play at a time. 5 yards here, 5 yards there.
Maben now looking to throw again. He's got some pressure, but he is able to get around him, and he'll get a first down by
he got
running
on
it.
The slide.
But then takes a hit right at the end of the play. Timeout called by Army.
Himself.
Under a minute left in the first half.
Nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
I'm just sitting here looking.
It seems almost too easy to run the offense that Army's running. Almost anybody can do it, but they're really the only ones who do it this way. And it makes the defense, they have to think on the fly, and they just can't get there in time. And there's JT Johnson on the pitch, 6 yards here.
They just line so many different factors up, man. You never know what they're running. And they run every play out of the same formations.
Mike Leach would be proud here. Spread offense, just tearing up the West Virginia defense. Maben, fake pitch to the jet sweep. He'll toss it out to Johnson. He gets a lot of room, and he'll score his 3rd touchdown of this ACC championship. It's going to go up 2 scores here, 27-14, with the point after touchdown coming up.
I wondered if the high-powered, what would be the difference in this game, and it looks like Army's defense is prevailing over West Virginia's offense.
30 seconds left, though, for West Virginia to try to at least pull within a score. But like you said, Army's going to get the ball at the half.
And you got a mini McCaffrey in your offense, plenty of time.
Yeah, but they're not going to run the ball. They're going to want to throw it, I would assume.
He becomes a receiver, too. I would assume he's nasty out there, too. Let's see if Lovelace can get something going here. Still plenty of time here.
Yeah, empty backfield. He's got some time there as he looks to throw. Scrambles out to the left a little bit. He looks, he says, a man complete. Gets over midfield, but he's brought down just beyond the 40-yard line. 20 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining for the Mountaineers.
Great pass.
From the 39. Really good protection, but also not a big rush. Lovelace looking again in an empty backfield. 5 wide receivers now go out to catch whatever he can throw up. He does throw it, finds a man open, tries to find a blocker. He's going to find the sideline. Does not get out of bounds, though. Oh, he did make it out of bounds. 11 seconds. The clock stops here. 1st and 10 from the 10.
3 plays left here.
No huddle as Lovelace just runs up to the line of scrimmage, ready to get this play off. Lovelace now out to the left. A lot of receivers run to the right, and he gets the score. Mountaineers. Edmonds, tight end number 88.
That was a huge drive right there. They needed that. They went straight down the field and got it.
7 seconds for Army to try. You know they're going to try something.
Now you just need to hold for 1 play here.
And it's going to be a touchback, so they're going to bring it out to the 25. You probably would have wanted to see the kicker keep it inside of the end zone, outside of the end zone, at least make them try to return it. But here we are, 25-yard line. Maben has 75 yards to try to get a score with 7 seconds. There's a direct snap to Johnson, trying to sneak it by. That's a first down. 3 seconds on the clock. They'll call a timeout. This will be the last play of the half here coming up, barring any penalties.
What Army's doing here, they know they get the ball right back. They're not getting cute with it, not risking a turnover and a score.
Jet sweep. It's going to be Bush out to the left. He's got some guys to beat. He does not. Gets the first down, but the half will end 28-21. Army up by 7 and will receive the kickoff as we start the 3rd quarter. Beatty, what's your analysis here for the first half? We went back and forth a bit, and now Army's going to start with the ball.
It's been a very offensive play the first half, man, and the difference in this game right now is that interception.
Very true. And also the punt. West Virginia did have to punt the ball away 1 time.
And the Army offense comes back out onto the field.
Empty backfield to start the second half. West Virginia tightening that line, but another hole for Maben. He'll get 6 yards on the keeper.
Such a dangerous play for this offense.
I'd almost make the guy throw the ball. Gets a lot more yards, giving him more space. Maybe you just bring the corners up, bring everybody into the box, and make them throw the ball.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be?
Johnson back in the backfield, 4 wide receivers. Shotgun Johnson again with the direct snap.
And he stopped after gaining 4 yards.
At this point, I'd almost assume you're going to get a direct snap when he's back there.
Solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Yeah, West Virginia's got to find a way to stop this rushing attack.
Runner takes the
Fake jet sweep again with the
There's
pitch out to
another. This is
Johnson
going
with a
for the ball.
big hole to the
That's
left.
gotta be
Lots
a
of
four.
green to run through. He gets chased, but he's going to cross the goal line. And Army goes up 2 scores again. 100 yards rushing on the day for Maben.
add to the lead now with the PAT.
The
If I'm
kick
not
is up,
mistaken,
and
Netflix Army had already 3 100-yard rushers in this game.
wow, that's just a crazy stat right there. 4 plays for a minute and a half, and didn't throw the ball once. Kick is off and deep, and West Virginia will let it fall out of the end zone. We'll take over at the 25.
Touchback. They'll start at the 25.
They looked in control of this game for the first quarter and a half, but since then, now West Virginia's been playing from their heels.
They punched it in.
Pistol set here. 2 tight ends out to the right. Lovelace looks to pass it.
Always got a man open. Oh, he had a touchdown. Throws it short,
Didn't
though, for
see
a
it,
good
but
game.
does get the first.
He goes down after a solid game.
Dante Proctor having a solid game. Already right on his average.
Boy, Chris,
I mean, West Virginia's offense is having a solid game, minus the pick and not getting 1 first down.
to deliver it into that
It's just
lane.
But
Army,
that
man.
those little things, you know, in this kind of game mean a whole bunch. McCray out to the left. He has a lot of greenery. 1 man to beat. He'll take it to the sideline. Avoids 1 hit.
If McCray doesn't get hit in the backfield, it's going to be a big game every time. This guy is just, once his legs are moving, there's nobody on the field that even compares to the speed this kid has.
He also has reached 100 yards on the day already. Another handoff to
There he goes
McCray
up
up
the
the
middle.
middle, and he'll
Look
get
at the speed,
nearly
man.
10. He's
This is
quick,
mesmerizing
heavy, and
to me.
quick. I mean, if you're a corner, this is not the running back you want to see barreling down at you. Maybe even some linebackers. McCray again, he'll get the first, gets hit, but it'll be first down on the 33. Threatening now in Army territory. Down 2 scores, need to score quick and get that ball back.
I like how West Virginia is not panicking yet, though. Still plenty of time left in this football game. They know that.
McCray takes a breather on the sideline as another halfback comes in. Evans trying to find some space. Another big boy with some speed as he gets 9 yards on his first carry of the day. Elkins, not Evans. Elkins out of Texas.
Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make
Army
that
looking like they
defense
might be loading the box here, trying to stop this run.
maybe throw the ball downfield.
There goes Lovelace again, looking to throw as the
Plenty
pocket
of time
closes
for
in on him.
Coach.
He's got McCray,
McCray on the
over
catch.
the middle, and he
This
scores.
guy,
That's
This
exactly
guy,
what the
I'm telling
Mountaineers
you.
needed.
he better be the number 1 pick.
42 receiving yards
McCray's
go
first
across his
receiving.
rushing yards.
Competing. You could tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back
What a
into
day
this
it's been
game.
for
That
McCray.
score is a great start.
Single-handedly
Much better than-
keeping this team in the game.
Much more exciting game than we had last night with the 85-6. What was that game last night?
83-0, the Penn State over Rutgers route. Now, I will tell you, we didn't broadcast because of ongoing TV disputes. We weren't able to broadcast the Big 12 championship game, but that was a good game, very good game. Both coaches were into it. Coach Hale State, we almost had to arrest him after the game. He was in some trouble. It was wild out there. But man, that was an all-time classic that we missed. Dropped the ball not having that one televised.
Jet sweep, by the way, only went for a yard for Army. It's the first time Mountaineers were able to stop that. This time a fake jet sweep. They faked the linebacker who got in the backfield. Only 4 yards on that carry, but it could have been a loss if West Virginia was paying attention.
West Virginia has a chance right here. Golden opportunity to get themselves right back into this game. Can they do it? Can they come up with a stop?
Oh, no, it's picked off!
God!
Duck has it in his grasp, brought down just inside the 35. That's what the Mountaineer fans were looking for. Seth Duck, the junior out of Maryland, comes up big.
The defensive leader shows up when he look at the hat. He's got the hat on.
He does.
The Niner.
Yeah,
The
hard
construction hat. Here we go. Can West
Feeling
Virginia
ducky.
capitalize?
Now Lovelace got to get this in the end zone. A fake
Oh,
handoff,
play action. Fake that fake me up.
He's got a man,
there.
2 men
He's
to the
gonna
right.
catch it. He's going to get there to the 1-yard line.
Edmonds brings it down, but 2 guys were going for that ball.
Yeah, that was almost disastrous.
They almost interfere with each other, but the tight end comes up with it. Then he follows the quasi block and brings it down to the 1-yard line. Shotgun here on the 1.
We all know where the ball
trying
is
to make a
going
stop, and they do.
Tackle.
And Army picks it up. Chris Marciano gets an injury on the play, but Army has the ball. Do we have a challenge coming from the West Virginia sideline?
Oh my God. Oh, it's unchallengable.
Oh,
it's
they're not
cut.
going to let him challenge it because of the
West
injury.
Virginia, you gotta bring all the
Interfered.
pressure. You got to go for this safety. You got to bring the pressure. They don't get back there.
Crazy turn of
Oh,
events.
this-
Now West Virginia no huddles after the direct snap to Johnson.
The best player.
The game
And here comes a
screwed
massive
West.
run. This
Oh,
might
and it's
go.
big
This
hole
might be a big
towards
one.
midfield.
Oh, JT Johnson just having a well of a day out here.
TV timeout by the Army coach. Looks like he's going to bring out the quarterback, getting a little no rest for the weary. Well, I guess for this guy there is.
Substitutions being made.
He's up by 1 score. It's not like yeah. Different quarterback. I don't know if he's a runner. I didn't see the stats when they were doing it, but it's a different player nonetheless.
It's the running back position.
Oh, I thought it was the quarterback.
It looks like JT Johnson's a little beat up, it looks like.
Oh, Cheeseman is in. Okay.
The 3rd string, electing to go with him over the 2nd string. Let's see what this is a big moment for this kid who has not played a lot of snaps this season.
I don't know that he's necessarily 3rd string. I think he's the spell for the starter, but the backup's like a different player, if you know what I mean.
That could be true. Very nice coverage right there for West Virginia.
Marciano is, I don't know if he's going to come back in the game. He's on the sidelines holding his ribs.
These teams are hitting hard. There's been a lot of injuries over the last couple of minutes of this game. Very good putting out West Virginia. You've got to get off the field here.
Absolutely.
3rd and 11. You've
11.
got to make this stand.
Matt Obie, Arizona Junior, with the tackle for loss.
I think this is the time you call one of your favorite plays on this 3rd down. At the same
What
time,
will Army do here
you
late in the game?
They're in shotgun.
This right here is where the game is made. Audibles everywhere. Looking downfield.
Saban looks to throw, no pressure. He has a man double cover. West Virginia picks it up again. His name is awesome. The play was awesome. This touchdown is going to be awesome for West Virginia. TJ Awesome with the play. Big play for the Mountaineers.
The linebacker.
Crazy. He was double covered. It's a very ill-advised throw, to be honest. That guy was blanketed by 2 Mountaineers.
And now the game is on. It's on now.
Not over until that clock strikes 0. 4th quarter,
West
3.5 minutes to play.
Had one hell of a second half defensively. They made the right adjustments. Can they continue, though?
They got to keep it up. You can't rest on your laurels.
Can Army get this offense going? This offense was just so dominant.
Special teams were getting a little chippy at each other. Let's see what happens here. Now, the defense got to be a little tired. They are just right back on the field, and there's a big hole for Cheeseman. Brought down just before midfield. Tyler Cheeseman, 3 attempts for 25 yards so far. That was a 28-yard rush right there.
Army not even showing a little bit of panic here, playing their game. There's
Still
another
the
chunk
RPO out
play.
to the right. Bush takes it safe. Get down. Why get hit? You don't need to. The New York sophomore, Carl Bush.
These teams put in some of the best northern and eastern recruits on the market up here.
West Point is very good at recruiting nationwide, but yeah, there's going to be a large faction that come from the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania area, even Maryland. Maryland, for as small as they are, produces a lot of college football players.
They produce a lot of talent in all sports. Just a good place for some reason. Very high on talent up there.
2nd and 3, another direct snap to Cheeseman.
Another great job going between the blocks here.
And you know, I'm just recalling when I played Army with USF. This isn't an injury thing. This isn't I think it's just this is their fourth quarter running back. Another RPO.
Possible. When you look at what's going on right now, Army, they are chewing this clock too. West Virginia here in a minute. The time is coming very near. Probably, Army might have it with a field goal though. West Virginia, they got to get a stop here. That's a big play.
I don't think Army throws the ball again.
They won't. They're going to probably run this. If I'm
timeout, West
Virginia has to get this stop. They have to force the field goal attempt here. This game is over.
And they got to save as much time as they can. They've already let enough cycle through. Maben up the middle to first down.
Oh, he slides down.
He could have scored, but he slid.
What a smart play. He's going to take the field goal for the win.
Not selfish. Knows the situation.
Potentially hitting this game-winning field goal.
19 seconds remaining. Maben again. He'll slide. Another timeout for West Virginia. One remaining.
Trying to force Army. Army has controlled this clock. If you looked at that time, they've had it for almost 70% of the game.
Direct snap here to Cheeseman. He's going to slide forward. They're not taking any chances.
Forcing them to take these snaps.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long.
I don't know what defense that is, but Cheeseman, he's just put it in the middle of the field. 4th and 10, no timeouts. They're going to wind this clock down. 5 seconds right now. 4, 3. Army calls their timeout now with 2 seconds remaining on the clock. Set up right in the middle for a 30-yard field goal unless there's some kind of mishap. Army might just be.
Is Army about to mess up all this playoff seeding? Beautiful kick. No block. It's right down the middle.
Good. Army wins the ACC championship, effectively knocking out the USF Bulls' hopes. Army's going to have a first-round bye.
That is going to change the playoff seeding drastically.
Damn it, drunk.
2 teams outside the top 4 lock up first-round byes. 3 teams, actually. The number 5, the number 7, and the number 9 team have all won their conference championship games. This is going to change everything.
They say it's the power of the stash. All West Point players have been mimicking their coach. They all have a mustache on for this playoff run. And let's get the coaches in here. Coach Dad, you were down kind of early, but you stuck in there. You went up after a good turnover. You stopped them on defense, and then you basically never looked back. It was a close matchup, hard fought, but give us a rundown of your game for your players out there.
I mean, we obviously faced West Virginia back during the regular season. It's just kind of changing up the game plan from what we had. I mean, we knew it didn't work last time we came out. I think we did a little more of the passing game, a little less of the rushing. We just really focused on pounding the football up the middle. And as you see with both JT and Maben getting over 125 yards each, just rushing alone, I mean, between that and controlling the football for most of the game, it's just nice to get our first I won't say top 5 win, but our first win against the number 1 seed, and one that gets us locked into the second round.
Well, congratulations on a well-planned, well-prepped, and a well-played game here. Coach Beatty, what do you got for our winner?
Man, that Russian attack, that was some serious stuff. 331 yards today, an average of right at 9 yards a carry. West Virginia just couldn't slow it down. It was not like that the first meeting. I looked at the stat sheet. They were all over that. What kind of adjustments did you make to this offense to come in here today and be able to change this so dramatically?
Oh, I mean, we kind of just we realized that Maben was a little more than just a quarterback. We don't necessarily know what his position was before 2029 because that's just lost to history somehow. This guy came into Army a junior quarterback that was an elite dev 3-star, and insane ratings, and we were just like, yeah, we can use him to run the football a little bit more often, which you saw in a lot of our little QB blasts. I don't necessarily know what changed on the defensive side of things for us, not only to be able to stop West Virginia offense a little more often than not, but I don't know what changed in his defense. I was talking to him a little bit before the game. He said he didn't really remember what formation he was using that got me locked down as much as he did in the regular season.
Well, Coach Drunk, will move over to you. I know your players did not look past this game, having played West Point earlier in the season, only a few weeks back. But what is it this time around that caused you guys to struggle a bit more?
I mean, he came up with a decent game plan. My D-line just didn't do a damn thing all game, and that killed me. I couldn't stop anything up front. Tried at least 12 different formations, four-man front, blitz. I could slow it down a little bit, like the one turnover I had, but I just couldn't do nothing all game. And then that one pick, and then the fumble on the one's what really killed me. That pissed me off.
Oh, yeah. By the end, yeah.
And
I don't know if you could have challenged it, but...
No, I hit start. I tried, and it was locked, so I couldn't challenge it.
I have a feeling because of the other player's injury, it prevented the game from letting you do, like, it was like a next play and you missed your chance. So that's unfortunate for the game to screw you out that way.
Yeah, I don't know if he was down, but still, it shouldn't have been in that spot. It's on the D-line. Everybody else played decent. D-line just gave him gaps.
Well, Chase Beatty?
I don't think I have anything for Drunk. It's a tough one to swallow. I commend you for the comeback effort. Your defense. I know that you just talked about how they struggled all game, but the second half, man, they were there. You only gave up, 3 points in the second half? 10 maybe?
I don't even know what it was at halftime. 10 maybe.
10
I think he scored one out of the half, but I had to use her a
Massive.
lot of it. I had to get involved.
You got involved heavily there, but you did what you had to do to get back in the game, and then, oh man, just that last drive just could not stop those guys, and they were able to bleed that clock down, hit that game-winning field goal.
No, and I knew it was coming. Guest run every time. They just opened the door still.
Just couldn't stop them, man. That's just that Army offense. They came to play today.
I'll tell you, there's a consensus that believes one of the three teams, Georgia, Southern Florida, or Penn State, would probably be your national champion this season. But if it's not one of those three teams, it might as well be one of these two teams who are both going to be in the playoffs. And I'd hate to see either Army or West Virginia on my side of the bracket.
Oh, I would assume that West Virginia will lock into the 5 seed with this. So they're going to be on that side. That means they'll see the 12, which is probably going to be Tulane. That is about locked up as a first-round matchup, West Virginia versus Tulane. Everything else is up in the air.
Well, sorry, Tulane. All right, anything else, fellas? No? All right. Everybody, thanks for tuning in to the GTR Dynasty, CFB Dynasty. I'm Brickerhoff. Thanks, Chase Beatty, for starting the booth and being with me today. Congrats to our ACC champion, Coach Dead Dad. We will see both these teams here real soon as the GTR CFB playoffs get underway. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tune in, check it out, comment, be involved, and if you want to play, you know where to go. Hit us up, and we'll get you involved. New game comes out July 7th, so be ready. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next time.